The warm, dusty paths of Jerusalem stretched out under the Galilean sun as Jesus walked with his disciples. Their conversation, likely about the day's teachings or the unfolding kingdom, was suddenly interrupted by a stark sight. There, at the side of the road, sat a man. Not just any man, but one whose life had been a perpetual twilight, a world defined by shadows and the sounds of bustling feet he could only imagine. He had been born blind. A quiet hush fell over the small group as they observed him. This was not an uncommon sight in their world. Yet for the disciples, it sparked a familiar theological debate. Their minds, perhaps, wrestled with the age-old question of suffering and sin. One of them broke the silence, their voice tinged with curiosity and a touch of judgment. "Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?" It's a question that echoes through time, isn't it? This human tendency to find a cause, to assign blame, especially when faced with the inexplicable. But Jesus, in his profound wisdom, lifted their gaze beyond human judgment and into the heart of God's redemptive purpose. His answer was clear, cutting through their assumptions like a ray of light. "Neither this man nor his parents sinned," he declared, "but this happened so that the works of God might be displayed in him." Take a moment to absorb the weight of that statement. This man's condition from birth was not a consequence of sin, but an opportunity for divine intervention, for God's glory to shine through in a tangible, undeniable way. Jesus then immediately followed with a declaration that defined his very mission. "As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world." He wasn't just talking about a physical light, but a spiritual one, piercing through the darkness of human understanding and spiritual blindness. And then, a moment that must have seemed utterly peculiar to his disciples, and certainly to the man himself. Jesus bent down. He spat on the ground, mixing his saliva with the dust of the earth, creating a small earthy paste. With gentle precision, he daubed this mud onto the man's sightless eyes. Imagine the touch, cool, earthy, unexpected. The man, who had lived his entire life in darkness, perhaps felt a flicker of hope, or perhaps just a strange confusion. But Jesus wasn't finished. He gave a simple, direct instruction. "Go," he commanded, "wash in the pool of Siloam." The word Siloam means sent. The man, now bearing the earthy paste on his eyes, was being sent on a journey of faith, a journey towards light. Without hesitation, without question, the man rose. Perhaps he fumbled a little, relying on his other senses to navigate the familiar path he had always known, though now with a new, strange sensation on his face. He made his way to the pool of Siloam, a public washing place, perhaps a short distance away, his heart surely pounding with a mixture of anticipation and disbelief. He knelt by the cool water, and with a splash he washed away the mud. And in that very instant, as the last vestiges of earth rinsed away, his world exploded into color and form. Light, pure, unadulterated light. The blurry shapes sharpened into discernible objects, the ripples on the water, the reflections of the sky, the faces of passers-by. He could see. For the very first time in his life, he saw. His return must have been something to behold. The man who had been a familiar fixture, defined by his blindness and his begging, was now walking with a new lightness, his eyes wide, drinking in every detail of the vibrant world around him. His neighbors, who had known him since birth, were utterly astounded. Confusion rippled through the crowd. "Isn't this the same man who used to sit and beg?" some wondered, scrutinizing his face, trying to reconcile the familiar with the miraculously new. Others insisted, "No, it's someone else who just looks like him." But the man, his heart overflowing, simply stated the undeniable truth. His voice perhaps trembled with awe and disbelief as he recounted, I am the man. The man they called Jesus made some mud and put it on my eyes. He told me to go to Siloam and wash. So I went and washed, and now I see." Their minds, still grappling with the sheer impossibility, pressed him further. "Where is this man?" they asked, perhaps hoping to find an explanation, to categorize this bewildering event. But the man, still reeling from his new perception, could only answer honestly, "I don't know." And there, the initial story of physical healing concludes, poised on the edge of deeper revelations. This miracle, beautifully recounted in John 9, is far more than just the restoration of physical sight. It's a profound testament to Jesus as the true light of the world. He came not only to heal bodies, but to open eyes that are spiritually blind. This man, born into physical darkness, was given a new beginning, a literal and spiritual awakening. His journey from the dust to the pool of Siloam is a powerful metaphor for our own walk of faith. We are invited to trust Jesus, to follow his instructions, and to let him wash away the scales from our eyes, not just the physical ones, but the spiritual ones that prevent us from seeing life, ourselves, and God through his divine perspective. Jesus offers us true light and understanding, inviting all to trust him and see life through God's perspective. It's an invitation to have our blindness, whatever form it takes, misunderstanding, doubt, judgment, erased, so we too can experience the profound clarity of his truth. What thoughts or feelings did this story stir within you today? We'd love to hear your reflections. Feel free to share your comments below. And if this message resonated with you, consider subscribing or following for more insights into the profound stories of faith. Until next time, may you see with new eyes.